and record. Okay, perfect. All right. So, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for the Millionairess Club. We thank you for Dr. Jewel and her heart to serve and to give back, God. We thank you for the giftings, the anointings that you've bestowed upon her. We thank you for the multi-millionaire mentors that you've surrounded her with, the billionaire mentors that you surrounded her with. God, we thank you that you're constantly causing her to be in the right place at the right time, getting the right information. And we thank you that even when she obtains that information, that she doesn't just keep it, she doesn't just solely use it to grow her own wealth, but we thank you that she freely gives that information to us and to every member of this club. So we thank you for her heart to give. We thank you for her heart to serve, God. And we just pray that this club will continue to be blessed. Every single member, Lord God, we pray for every single millionaires on the call, God, that they would see your evident hand moving on their jobs, moving in their businesses, moving in their families, Lord God. We thank you for supernatural favor when they come and favor when they go, Lord God. We thank you, Lord, that you would open their eyes to new ways that you're blessing and new doors of opportunity that you've opened, Lord God. And we thank you that they would be able to walk through those doors boldly and courageously, God, without fear. Lord, we thank you for supernatural peace that would comfort them in every single decision, every single step, Lord God. We know that you said that you would teach us how to profit, and not just that, but you would lead us in the way that we should go. So we thank you that you're giving us every step along the way. We'll be quick to obey, and we're willing, and so we will eat the good of the land as a result of those decisions. We honor you this day in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I am super excited, and welcome, welcome, welcome. So my name is Dr. Ashia Leonard, and I am actually the CCO, so Chief Communications Officer for the Millionaires Club and for Dr. Jewel's entire brand. So what I do is I make sure that internal communication matches external communication. So Dr. Jewel's vision, her dreams for the club, making sure that the way that is communicated to other people that may be interested in the club, to people that come into the club, and making sure that that is all going together. So making sure that the messaging matches her vision. More than likely, if it's written, I probably wrote it because I do handle the majority of all written communication that has anything to do with her brand, period, from book writing to website to whatever. So super excited. Been with her for almost 12 years now, and was able to see the Millionaires Club birthed from just an idea that actually started at our church with a few women getting together, having a book club and discussing books that dealt with wealth. So whether it was just Millionaire Woman Next Door, whatever books that were concerning wealth that Dr. Jewel was familiar with at that point, she wanted to share that information. And then over time, we've been able to see the club really grow into this global phenomenon where we have club members from all over the United States and in multiple countries throughout the world. And so super excited for you because you have access to all of this information and you have access to all of those people as well. So a couple things that I wanted to say is, the first thing is congratulations to you. Congratulations to every single person on this call. So although this is a getting started right call, we do understand that every single person on this call may not be a brand new millionaires. Maybe you've been around for quite some time, but you never got started right. And so there's parts and aspects of the club that you really haven't been tapping into. And we always want to make sure that you're positioning yourself to positioning yourself to achieve the absolute best results. So congratulations for jumping on this call. That being said, I will say, if you have been on one of the Getting Started Right calls and you are not a new millionaires, then you do have the option on whether you want to stay on here or not. absolutely, I would love to have you. But if you have been on one of the Getting Started Right calls already and you're pretty comfortable with everything that we went over, we're going to go over the exact same information that we went on the last call. So feel free to jump off if you would like to. Okay. All right. Super excited that you are here. Congratulations. There are a few expectations that we do have of you as a part of the club. Okay. So just like there may be expectations that you have of us as the Millionairess Club, Dr. Jewel as the club leader, us as the staff or the team, there's also some expectations that we have of you. Okay. So the very first expectation that we have of you is that we expect you to complete all of the steps that were in your welcome email. Okay. I'm going to go over that welcome email in detail, but the first expectation that is strategically designed to set you up for success is that you complete all of the steps in your welcome email. Okay. Some of you may have received a welcome call. Okay, depending on how new you are. If you're brand new, you may not have gotten a call yet. Typically, you will get a call within the first 3 to 4 days of joining the club. So you get that welcome email immediately once you sign up. Then you get that welcome call within that first week of signing up. The welcome call just reiterates what was in the welcome email. Okay, if you missed our call, we should have left you a voicemail, but we want to make sure that you complete all the steps in the welcome email. The second expectation is that you give the club a full 12 months before you truly make a judgment on how it is improving your life. Now, will you get some type of result before 12 months? More than likely, yes. A lot of club members, and especially when you start implementing the things that we're going to talk about tonight, a lot of those club members see results very, very quickly. Even if it is a mindset shift that then later turns into a monetary shift, they at least start thinking about money differently. And so those thoughts that are different are going to turn into different actions, are going to turn into different habits, and then they'll be able to see different results. So we do ask you to give at least 12 months to make an accurate assessment as to how the club is helping you. And then the third expectation is that you not give up. So don't give up on the club. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on whatever your financial goals are. You deserve every single thing that you desire. And so we want to make sure that we help you get in a position to see those things actually happen. There is nothing exciting about setting goals year after year and not accomplishing those goals. So we want to make sure that we set you up for success where you can start to see some of the results of the things that you've prayed, the things you work for, the goals that you've set. Okay. All right. So first things first, we've gotten that out of the way of what the expectations are. I also want to let you know, make sure that you understand that in addition to Dr. Jewel, you actually have access to the other members of the club. Okay. So this club is full of people and a variety of stages in their wealth journey. Some people are millionaires, have been millionaires for a while, for quite a while, and they're looking to get to that next step. Maybe they're millionaires, but their money isn't properly allocated in certain areas. They want to protect their wealth. There's other people that are saying, hey, I aspire to get there. I am fighting to be able to consistently pay the $29 a month, but show me how to be better, make better financial decisions. And then there's some people that are in the middle that say, hey, maybe I have a healthy 5-figure or 6-figure salary, but I'm not nearly where I need to be or desire to be. I know there's more out there than what I know or have been exposed to. I really want to go from having good money to be truly becoming wealthy. And so we have people from all walks of life. Some are entrepreneurs, some are successful corporate executives. Just want to make sure that you are utilizing the resources that you have within the club. So don't be afraid to ask each other questions, get advice from each other, because the answer that you've been seeking may not always come from Dr. Jewel or the team. It may be somebody else in the club that actually has the answer that you seek, okay? So very first thing is going to the welcome email. So when you got the welcome email from us, the first thing it asks you is to send us your photo, okay? So in just a few minutes, you'll be able to see what we do with those photos if you've not seen the welcome credit cards that we create. But we want to see your beautiful faces. We want to be able to put a face with the name. And once all of this is over and we're physically able to get together again, then it really is like a family reunion every single time the Millionaires has come together from all across the country. You're finally able to get to see in person some of those people that have been on the calls and in the chats, and maybe you've developed some relationships with them through the Millionaires Club app, but you get to meet them face to face. So we want to see your picture. Be sure to send us your photo. If you don't send us your photo, we won't be able to make an official welcome card for you, okay? So we don't make welcome cards with just names and no photos. So only those people that send in photos are the ones that get official welcome cards. So make sure you click the link, click the photo above, as you can see on the screen, and it'll send you to the link to upload your photo. All right, the second thing is we want to make sure that you join the Millionairess Club Facebook group, okay? So there's going to be a couple different ways that you can access information from the club. One way is going to be the Facebook group. The second way is going to be the Millionairess Club app, okay? You want to make sure that you are a part of both, because they're going to have different types of information. The Millionaires Club Facebook group is going to have some club announcements and some information as far as checking in and accountability, but it is really going to have information from wealth building articles, magazines, things that are just going to keep wealth creating information in front of your eyes, okay? So while you're on Facebook, while you're on social media, doing whatever you're doing on there, you want to make sure that you go over to the Millionaires Club Facebook page so that you can read an article really quickly or hear a provoking thought that's really going to help you to kick it into high gear, activate that creativity, think about something in a different way. So you want to, building wealth is the accumulation of information and habits over time. So wealth comes as a result of the accumulation of wealth building information and wealth building habits practiced over time. Okay, so this is not an overnight type of thing. And as much information as you can absorb into your wealth library, that you can add to that wealth library, that you can keep in front of you, then it will really, really begin to shift your thinking to where now you're able to attract wealth where you were chasing it before. Okay, let me just look. I think I had a, okay. So let me see. The question is, the app wasn't launched when I joined. I never received a welcome card. To be clear, should I have uploaded on the website where I joined and sent again after receiving the wealth packet? I never received a welcome card. Okay, so let me clarify. So the welcome cards are not physical cards. They are digital cards. I'll show you an example of it in a minute when we head over to the app. But they are digital cards that look like credit cards, but it's going to have your name and your picture on it. That information is going to be posted inside of the Millionaires Club app so that everybody can know who you are and tell you congratulations. If you joined before the app was completed, then that card, as long as you uploaded your picture, then that card would have been posted in Telegram. Okay, at that time we were using Telegram. Now, if you're confident that you never had a card that was ever even created for you, you never saw it, then by all means, you should be able to upload your picture onto the welcome email that you received. So if you just go into your email and search for emails that you've received from the club, then you can still upload your picture there and we'll create another card for you. And then I'll also make a note, Beverly Campbell, of your name, and we'll make sure that one was created for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So the welcome calls, if you did not receive a welcome call or a voice message, then you definitely should have. But that welcome call would have, for sure, if it was not a call and just a voicemail, it would have been extremely brief, obviously, because there's a time limitation. It would have been brief. It would have said, thank you for joining the club. Please make sure that you check your email for your welcome email. It has all of the steps that you need in order to get started the right way. Our next upcoming webinar is on, it would have told you what the date of that next upcoming webinar is. Then it would have said, if you need anything from us, it would have given you the phone number or the email address where you can reach out to us in case you have any issues. So that voicemail would have been very, very brief. Phone call would have gone into a lot more detail, would have asked you how you're enjoying the club so far. Is there anything we can help you with? If you've not received that call, then I do apologize for you. I do apologize to you, but everything that you need to know, we're going over on this webinar. So you haven't missed anything. You're not going to miss anything. I'll be sure to let you know how you can access even all of those previous webinars that you may have missed if you were not able to jump on. Okay. All right. So step 2 is joining the Facebook group. And then step 3 is going to be downloading the Millionairess Club app. Okay. So the club app, and once again, the link to the club app, everything's just in that welcome email, because we didn't want to be sending you all these places and it to get confusing. So we have one place where you can just click, 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 and access everything. Okay. The Millionaires Club app, you can also search for it. If you've lost the email, you can search for it in the Google Play Store if you have an Android, or the Apple Store if you have an iPhone. But the fastest way to get to it is going to be to click the link in the welcome email, and then it'll take you right to the app. Okay. All right. So this is what the app actually looks like. So you have that information there. Now, there are a couple different groups in the app. When you first request to be a part of the app, what's going to happen is you are going to be put into the Millionaires Network. Okay. Millionaires Network. Now, the network, you do not have to be a club member to be a part of. So that means you can send your friends and family. You can have them click the link and they'll be dropped into the network. Okay. The network is going to periodically send some basic wealth building information, or maybe some information that they haven't thought about periodically. It's also going to, from time to time, promote what upcoming webinars we have as a part of the club. So as a club member, a paid club member, you have access to 2 wealth building webinars per month. Those webinars take place on Sunday nights, at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's usually second and fourth Sundays, but sometimes the dates are different, and I'll show you where you can look in the app to see what the upcoming dates and topics are. So you have access to that as a part of your club membership, okay? As a person in the network, they can see that there is a club chat coming up, but they won't be able to access the club chat. They won't receive the emails from us that has the link for them to get to the club chat, and they won't actually be able to access those webinars unless they pay, because it's an exclusive benefit of club members. But if people kind of want to have a taste of what it's like to be as a part of the club, then by all means they can be a part of the network, and it'll give them a small taste, but not nearly what you're going to get as a paid club member. Okay, as a paid club member, so once you first join the app, it's automatically going to drop you into the network. Now, within 24 hours of your request, then you will be approved to be in the Millionairess Club. Okay, so everybody that accesses the app, a request is sent to us on the back end, and we have a team member that approves those requests. So they're manually looking at the information that you signed up with, and then the information that you're going to put in to join the app. If it matches a paid membership, then you'll have access to the club portion within 24 hours. If it does not, then we know that person has not actually joined the club and that they're still in the network portion. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Not sure what I may have been doing wrong, but when I attempted to log into the chat groups, my credentials weren't accepted. You just answered my question, I believe. Okay, so another thing I do want to say, because we do have quite a few business owners, and sometimes the email that you potentially use to sign up to the club versus maybe what you may use otherwise may not match, or maybe you use your business name and then you have another name. So you want to make sure everything is consistent, because we have to know you are who you are to protect the exclusive benefits of the club. So if for sure that may be the issue, where there may have been a discrepancy of name or whatever, then if you can send me a private message of that, then I'll have Christina go in the back end and make sure that we give you access, because we do see that from time to time. So you want to make sure that you're using all the same information, and then also know that it's going to be at least 24 hours before you have access to the club and the chat groups, because the chat groups is an exclusive paid club benefit as well. Okay. All right, so then next we want to make sure that you complete the net worth assessment. So what is your net worth? Maybe your net worth is bigger than you think it is, or maybe it's actually a little bit less than you thought, because maybe there were some things that you were counting as assets, which truly were actually liabilities because you still had debt on them, and your net worth is not as high as you thought. So the point is, one of the ways that you're truly going to be able to assess how beneficial the club has been for you over the next 12 months is by doing this net worth assessment once you join the club, and then doing the net worth assessment 12 months later. So sometimes, especially when you get in the habit of regularly accumulating assets automatically. So once you get in the habit of automatically accumulating assets, which is where we want to get you to as a part of the club, whatever assets, there's multiple ones to choose from. We're going to talk about those, but we want to get you to the point to where you're accumulating those assets on autopilot, okay? Without even consciously thinking. You have some things set up to where you're growing wealth consistently on a weekly or monthly basis. Well, sometimes when you set things up like that, then it's easy to forget that you're even doing that. So potentially your net worth has increased. You don't even realize it. And so that's the importance of making sure you complete this assessment and then complete it again in 12 months. And you can complete it again in 6 months just to see where you are in comparison, maybe to where your goals are, but definitely in 12 months, looking at that assessment to say, oh, okay, then my investment in the club was worth it. Okay. Then underneath that, you also can see there's a portion that goes back and talks about the club app. So once you download the app, you will gain access. You will gain access to the exclusive content provided to club members. So that's the Millionaires Club button and the chat groups within 24 business hours. You can log in using this temporary password. Got that written out. And then there's more instructions about in order to personalize your password, then you simply log in. It tells you how to log in, and then where you can change that password to a personalized password. Okay, so this is also in your welcome email. Then the next step, step 5, is going to be to click the link to learn ways to start investing and making money. So one of the things that we wanted to do in the club, so one of the things that you'll find is that we are very, very serious about the fact that this is your club. This club was created for you. We want to make sure that your needs are being met. So you'll find we'll be asking you, we'll be sending out surveys. What topics do you want us to teach on? What more do you want to hear about? Are we meeting your needs? How can we improve the club? So one of the improvements that we've actually made to the club over the years is helping you learn ways to make money faster. So we didn't want people to feel like, oh, I've got to be in the club for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months before I can start actually making some money. So created a presentation that talks about ways that you can start investing and making money. And most of these ways are little to no cost. Okay. So it's not going to be some exorbitant amount for you to get started with any of these things. I think a lot of them, most of them, investment maybe around $5 or so to actually get connected to some different systems, platforms, opportunities that are out there, ways to think about some things so that you can start investing and making some money. So you want to plug into that and get started with that so you can immediately start to see the benefit of the club. And then step 6 is going to be downloading the audio confessions and the download of a physical copy, like a PDF confessions that you can print off. So what you say is very, very, very important. Commanding your day at the beginning of the day, making sure that you are speaking out what it is that you desire, speaking out your daily goals, shifting your mindset into a wealthy place before you even start the remainder of your day is so, so, so important. So these are confessions created specifically by Dr. Jewel. Okay, so I didn't create these on her behalf. She actually wrote each and every one of these confessions out from the confessions that she says every single day. And she wanted to make sure that we have the same thing. And so you want to make sure that you get the audio version and the paper copy and that you start reciting them. You may want to print that out and put it on your bathroom mirror. So while you're in there brushing your teeth or doing your makeup, then you are shifting your mindset into more of a wealthy place. It doesn't take very long, but it can be extremely impactful. So we want to make sure that you have those confessions as well. All right. Cynthia said, I've been doing the confessions and absolutely love them. Yes. Well, congratulations to you, Cynthia. I'm telling you, they're not very long at all, but they really are very, very, very powerful. And it's so important that your future hears your voice, right? That your subconscious hears your voice. So you want to make sure that in addition to listening to Dr. Jewel, speaking the confessions, that you then repeat what she's saying so that you can hear your own voice speaking those things out is so, so, so important. And so it's just so exciting to see how over time, as you begin to implement these strategies, you'll begin to see some things just will move into autopilot. The way that you think about things will shift so differently that you're like, oh my gosh, I think nothing like the way I thought when I started. I didn't even realize it, but I remember when I used to do this, or I remember when I used to think that, and my thoughts are so far from where I started initially. I had no idea I had shifted over this far, but everything about you is different in the way that you think. And so because wealth is a mindset before it's a physical actuality, once you shift your mind there, the physical manifestation of it is here. It's just a matter of time before everything else in the physical is going to catch up with where you are mentally, because the way that you think about money completely has changed, and you truly can be trusted with it. Okay, so I do have a question. Are the confessions in the app? So the confessions are not in the app. And confessions. Okay, I don't believe that the confessions are in the app. When we go over to the app and click on resources, I'll be sure to double check while we're over there. And then if they're not, that may be a good idea to have those added. But that I know of, they're not in the app as of yet. So good question. All right, so we've gotten steps 1 through 6 out of the way. If you've not completed those, then you're going to go back to your welcome email and you're going to make sure that you complete all of those steps. So speaking of the app, let's head over to the app because I want to show you how to effectively use it. It is packed with so much information. It is set up for so much accountability. There is the potential for so much growth locked strictly within the app that I'm telling you, if you consistently go there, you will begin to see a difference in your life. Okay. So even if you're already using the app, there may have been some features that you weren't quite familiar with. And I want to make sure that you understand how to access all of those. So what I'm going to do, let me make sure my phone is on do not disturb. Okay. And then I am going to actually share my screen and I'm going to log into the app. Okay. It says I am sharing my screen. Okay. So Millionairess Club. Okay. All right. So that's the post that I did right when we first started. Let me back out of this. Okay. So just want to make sure, can everybody see my screen? If you can unmute and tell me so I won't have to go back to the Zoom while I'm on here.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Loud and clear.
Yes. All right. Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Okay. All right. So here we are at the Millionaires Club app. This is going to be the front page, the very, very first page. So I was telling you the very top. Okay. So this very first chat group is for everybody that's in the club, is automatically dropped in there. But even if you are not a member of the club, then you could have access to the Millionaires Network. Okay. The actual Millionaires Club chat group then is exclusive for club members. Okay. We'll go into that in just a minute. And then beyond that, we have accountability groups. So as a part of the club, we want you to decide of these 4 groups: cash accumulation, precious metals, which will be gold and silver savings, real estate investing, and cryptocurrency. And this is cryptocurrency accumulation. So not necessarily trading, buying and selling crypto really quickly. That's not what the focus of this is. The focus of this is accumulating Bitcoin or other digital assets, alternative coins. Okay. So Ripple, Stellar, whatever. Okay. So of these 4 groups, cash accumulation, precious metals, real estate investing, or crypto, we ask you to choose 2. Okay. If you only want to focus on one, that's fine, but no more than 2 that you really want to focus on. Now, can you invest in all 4 categories? Absolutely. Yes, you can. But what we have found is that when you truly focus your attention on solely 1 or 2 categories, you can really get a rhythm and really start to build some momentum and really see some significant results in those areas where you're focused, versus stretching yourself too thin, and then you're not fully able to get a whole lot of momentum going in each one of those areas. Now, once you have participated in 1 or 2 of these for a year, then you may say, okay, hey, maybe right now, let me give you an example. Maybe you say, maybe right now, I really do have a desire to invest in, to significantly invest in some other groups, but I got to get my cash up. I really need to get my cash up. Okay. Maybe I have savings, but I really need to increase my cash flow. So right now, everything I'm doing, I'm focusing on increasing my streams of income, ways to multiply my money, ways to truly bring more income into my house. How can I accumulate more cash? Then once I reach my money goal, then I'm going to focus on some other areas. So that may be where you are. Or maybe you say, well, yeah, I do want to increase my cash flow, but I do have a small amount that I can invest. Shoot, I can invest $10 a week. I can invest $10 a month. I know some of this cryptocurrency, I can really get a fraction of some of these coins at $10 a month or $50 a month. So I can at least do that and be building wealth while I accumulate cash. So these are just examples, but you can join whatever of the groups you'd like, but we're recommending no more than 2. Okay. So what you'll see when you enter the groups, and then we'll scroll back up to the top. So for example, in the cash accumulation chat group, now remember, all of the people in this group are focused on accumulating cash. Okay. They may be accumulating in other places, other things, investing in other things, but the focus of this group is to accumulate cash. Now, keeping in mind, there are millionairesses in several different phases of their wealth creating journey. So I'm telling each of you, never, ever be embarrassed or ashamed of whatever your money goal is, because we all have had to start somewhere. So if you are at the point where you said, you know what, honestly, I'm kind of maxing out my budget right now. If I can figure out how to save $50 a month consistently, that's where I am. Then what you're going to do for your very first time in this group is, because this is an accountability group as well, you are going to put whatever your money goal is into the group and say, hey, my goal is to accumulate XYZ by this certain amount of time. For example, we had a getting started right call. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 calls ago at this point, maybe 3 calls ago. We only have this once a month. So it's about 3 months ago. There was one of the millionairesses that was on the call. Her goal was to save $5,000 within the next 6 months. So she said she wanted to save $5,000 within the next 6 months. So what we did was, later on in the call, we're going to go over the Millionaire Success Guide, which is going to take your goals and break them down into bite-sized pieces so that you can actually achieve your goals. So we broke her $5,000 goal down and determined that she needed to make something like $833 a month for 6 months to reach her goal. So then her focus became, how can I bring in an additional $833 this month? Let me just focus on that. That's more achievable. Let me not get overwhelmed by the 5,000 in 6 months. But let me say, how can I bring in an additional $833 this month? Wheels got to turning. She came up with all kinds of things. By the end of the month, she had actually accumulated $1,500. So she was actually almost 2 months into her goal in month one. The power of focus, right? So, I mean, it was just absolutely incredible what happened. And she posted it in this cash accumulation group, and she's well on her way. And so I think right about now, right about at the 3 to 3.5 month mark, she's already reached her goal. Her business started booming more than ever before because she strictly became focused on, how can I bring in an extra $833 this month? And everything kicked into high gear. So Letitia Pinkett is on here saying that she's accumulated $10,000 to date. So thankful for Dr. Jewel and this awesome network of women that inspire her to keep winning. And you can see the $10,000 that she has accumulated. Okay. So one of the things Dr. Jewel advises is that that every single millionaire should work to have at least $30,000 of liquid cash in their safe in their home. You may or may not be there now. You may be beyond that, but if you're not there, then that should be one of your goals, is to be able to have liquid money where you can get access to it, and have it in a safe place in your home. So you see that. You see Angela Nicole is talking about she's going to need a bigger safe, is what she was saying, because the money is coming in. You see other resources of ways to be able to actually bring in money. Okay. People are posting on money that they're accumulating in their safe. Their safes just came in. Okay. You see posts like this. That's usually from somebody from the team. I think I posted it, that's saying, hey, great job, ladies, with your savings. Can you please share some of the cash accumulation methods you've been using to achieve your success? Then you can see underneath here, you see some people that have actually responded on ways that are actually helping them to accumulate cash, whether it's having their savings on she said she has her savings on auto set, but basically automatic draft. So talking about emergency funds and reserve funds, hideaways, hiding cash from themselves. There's just other different ways. Okay. So you'll see all of the posts within this group are specifically about cash accumulation. Okay. Then you see Tiffany Hunter said savings goal, $220 met. So just want you to be able to see the wide variety of the goals that are in this group. Some people are at the $10,000 level. Some people are at the $200 level. Okay. It doesn't matter. The point is that consistency pays. So all of that money adds up. We just want you to be consistent with it. Okay. All right. So going to show you actually how to use the app. How to use the chat group and comment while we're in here. Okay, so let's scroll back up to the top. All right, if you're looking to post a brand new post, so this is what you're going to do when you join the group. You're going to tap this pink plus sign in the bottom right hand corner to post a brand new post to the group. Okay, all right, you'll see something come up that looks like this. Okay, then you can post whatever you like. If you want to add a picture, you'll just hit the camera at the bottom. If you want to add a GIF, then you will simply add this. Okay, so let me choose, let's see, celebration, and we're going to search. And let's see what comes up. Okay. So let's do this one. Okay. Okay. Yes. Way to go, Millionairesses. Keep the pics and accountability. Post coming. Consistency pays. Don't stop accumulating. Okay, however long you want it to be. Okay, then you're gonna hit post. Okay, and then you can see my post. Okay, all right. Now, let's say that you wanted to comment on somebody else's post. So Letitia was the last one that posted, so let's comment on her post, okay? Then I am going to scroll down to the bottom of her post, and I'm going to tap the message bubble, okay? So now pay attention to this, because I'm telling you, this really confused me the first time, and I had to ask the app designer to explain it to me again because it didn't look like it was working. So you're going to hit the message bubble. Now, once you hit the message bubble, it doesn't look like it does anything, but it does, okay? After you hit the message bubble, then you're going to tap the pink plus sign. And even though this comment looks like it's just commenting to everybody, it's actually commenting specifically to the post where you tap the message bubble, okay? So okay, I'm loving it. Post. And you see it's at the bottom of her message. Okay. So you hit the message bubble first. Boom. Doesn't look like anything's happening. Then you hit the plus sign, type what you want to type, and it's going to be at the bottom. If you want to just type something for everyone, then you can just go into the entire group and hit the plus sign and type what you're going to type, okay? So this is going to be the same method that you're going to use to type into either cash accumulation, precious metals, just so you can see that, okay? She placed her third order of silver, 44 ounces, okay? She's showing her ounces, okay? Received my second auto ship of silver, okay? And I'll show you where the links are, where you can have the links if you're interested in accumulating silver or gold or whatever. All of the links are located within the app, okay? Same thing for that group. Then the real estate investing, and then the cryptocurrency group as well, okay? All right, so we've got people showing that they're buying cryptocurrency, okay? So accountability is key. Those that post most consistently are those that are actually seeing results, okay? So that's for that part. Then let's scroll up and let's go actually into the Millionaires Club chat group, okay? So in here, you're going to find general club announcements, just like you see the announcement for tonight's call, and then me coming back and saying, hey, getting started call is on now, jump on. Okay, so you're going to see announcements in this group quite a bit. These are the welcome credit cards that we were telling you about. So when you send us your picture, then we create one of these for you so that the Millionairesses can welcome you, okay? This is what the announcements look like for our Millionaires Club chats. It's always going to be on a Sunday, in most cases, on a Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Occasionally, it's on a Monday, but we will let you know that ahead of time. And then you're going to be able to see what the topic for that chat is, okay? All right. So you see the announcements, things that's going on with Dr. Jewel, other people actually coming in here talking about things that they've done that they want people to know about for the entire group, okay? So this is going to be entire club information that's going to be here. versus the accountability group. So the accountability groups is kind of like a specialized small group within the large group, where you really get to talk and communicate with people that have the same goals as you in accumulating whatever those things are. Okay, if we look at the very bottom, we have the home page, okay, which is going to take us back to this home page. If you want to know what's upcoming, then this is where at the very bottom where the calendar is where you see the upcoming club chats, okay? So you can see on Sunday, August 9th, there is a club chat that is about credit, capital, and wealth building. Okay, so you'll be able to see what the specific topics are. You can actually click on jump on now, and it will send you directly into the club chat. So if for whatever reason you can't find your email, all this information is also sent out to you by email. If for whatever reason you can't find your email, you can always come right to the app, click on calendar, click on the date, select join now, and it'll take you directly into the Zoom webinar. You can also add the club to your calendar from here so that you can set reminders and things like that. Okay. All right. This play button, the next one, will take you to Millionaires Club chat replays. Okay, so you'll be able to see the replays from the club chats directly there. We also send out the replays by email. Okay, so every single club chat that we have is always recorded. So we'd love for you to be on there live, but if you ever miss one, it's always recorded. And then we send out the recording within 72 hours of when the chat ends, whenever that webinar ends. Okay, so you'll also receive it in your email. But if you're a new member, you want to kind of go back to some of these old club chats, then feel free. You can do that directly from the app. Okay, then the last one is some personal blog posts. Okay, that's going to have wealth building information, everything from using social media to build your brand to the importance of being accountable and some personal finance essentials. And there's a few other ones down here as well. Okay, so you have access to the blog. All right, let's head up to the top right-hand corner where you see these 3 lines. Here's going to be a drop-down menu for you. Okay, so at the very top right-hand corner, you select that, you see a drop-down menu. Okay, the blog is what we just showed. All right, resources is going to take you to a wealth library. Okay, so we uploaded tons of resources in here of everything from the difference between saving and investing to types of business structures. Maybe you're just starting a business. You don't know the difference between an LLC and an S Corp or sole proprietorship or whatever. My advice to you is before you just Google it, come to the Millionaires Club app, click on resources. There's wealth of information in here. Ways to protect your profit, how to improve your credit, cash flow streams. There are all types of money management systems. There's all kinds of resources. Okay, so this is an entire wealth library. And again, these are exclusive club member benefits. So those that haven't paid don't have access to any of this. If for some reason you miss a payment, you got a new debit card or you had to change your bank information, then once that payment is missed, you automatically lose access to everything immediately. So we will send you out a text message and an email saying, oh no, you must have made a mistake. You just lost access to everything. You want to make sure that you keep your information current, and you can always go directly to millionairesclub.org and log in and update your credit card information like that. Okay, so we've got resources. Next we have links. Okay, so when I click on links, then I'm going to see the links for precious metals, just like how you saw people accumulating silver. And you might say, well, I want to start saving in some silver. So this is the link to how you can start saving in silver. There are also links to top books that Dr. Jewel recommends that you read on your own as you're shifting your mindset. A lot of the principles that she teaches have come from this book, or these books will be a great accompaniment to what she believes about wealth, what she teaches about wealth. These are going to be extensions of what you learn in the club. So you want to make sure when you click on these, it's going to take you directly to the link where you can purchase the books immediately. If you need more information on funding, investing in gold, or even crypto, you're part of the crypto group, then the place where you find the links for those are going to be on the links page. Okay. Then we have downloads. Now these downloads are going to be, the first thing is you're going to have asset trackers. Okay. So you see crypto asset tracker, gold asset tracker, liquid capital, and silver. These are going to correlate with whatever chat group you're part of. Okay. You have the option to use these or not use these. These trackers are going to be where you can print these out and keep a physical record of every time you accumulate that asset. So if you've decided that you are accumulating liquid capital and you are saving an additional $500 a week or whatever, then every single time you save that $500, you're going to write that down on your liquid capital asset tracker. So this is just for you to have a way to keep up with it. If you want to use something else, then you can, but we created these for you to be able to use. Okay. Let me see. Does anybody have, before I get into the Millionairess Journal, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
I was trying to look back at something I wrote. My apologies.
Okay, not a problem. Let me see. Why are you doing that? I just went ahead and
You mentioned something at step 1, but I don't know if you actually said it because I didn't write anything here.
Oh, step 1 was for you to upload your photo so that we can create one of those welcome cards
From the email, not from the site, like before the app, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me see. So let me go back here because I've got some questions in the chat. Okay, this is totally awesome. I am already feeling empowered. Yes. All right, Cynthia. Okay. Let's see. I've got some other. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, bigger safe. Should we buy a physical safe? Yes, you should buy. If you don't have, thank you. I was lost in the sauce. Oh, yay. Okay, so hopefully you are unlost. Now, hopefully things make a little bit more sense for you going through everything. Okay, as far as purchasing a physical safe, yes, I would highly recommend purchasing a physical safe. So you always want to, not saying that you should not have savings accounts at the bank or your credit union or wherever you have your money saved. That's great. We're not saying you can't do that. But the thing is, in a true emergency, you just want to be able to get your hands on cash that you have access to. Okay. You want to be able to have cash that you can access in a safe place in your home. So it is, because it is in your home, we're not going to recommend the mattress method, the drawer method, the hole in the wall method, you know, whatever it is, we're not going to recommend those methods. We're going to recommend a method that is fireproof, flood proof, and theft proof, so to speak. So purchasing a safe is what is recommended. Now it could be a small one, depending on where you are. You may just need a small safe for right now. Okay, so you just have a small safe and it's simply for accumulating that money. If you want to put certain types of financial documents or whatever in there, if you have enough space, then you can. If you are at a point where you really need a larger safe, then yeah, invest in a larger safe. That way that money is fireproof. You can also keep your precious metals and all of that together in your safe. Okay. Even if it's small, God forbid something were to happen in your home, then you just go grab your safe and you're out the door. Okay. All right. So we want to make sure that you have that access available. Now, safe money is not money for you to be dipping into. So the thing about money when you're saving it is, unfortunately, there are occasions where emergencies try to pop up out of nowhere. Once you get into a good rhythm of saving money, then it's like, where in the world did that come from? The idea is, when certain things come up that's truly not an emergency, but it seems like an emergency, the idea is for you to then create a new cash flow in order to pay for that. Or what are some other ways that I can get my hands on new money where I can keep my money in my savings, where I don't keep having to go back to zero and then I get up to a certain money, a certain amount, and I'm back to zero and a certain, no. That's not really the purpose of that. So if you really think you're going to have a problem with having access to that kind of money readily where you are, then you may not be at the safe in your home level right now. You may need to have it stashed away somewhere where you've got to go talk to somebody at a bank, sign all these documents, and get the money a week from now. And the idea of having to go through all of that before you get the money will deter you from removing the money. That may be a better option for you to save if you're still working on your discipline. But in general, having a safe in your home is what's recommended. Okay. So what I will actually do, save options. I'm taking notes too, because I hadn't had anybody ask that before. But what I'll do is I will talk to Dr. Jewel about some safe options that she recommends, and we can add that to the links page. We can add some of those links to some safes to the links page within the app, where you can go there and purchase, or you're more than welcome to just purchase one on your own. Okay, so Beverly said that she was lost on commenting in the app at first. Okay, so did I clear that up for you, Beverly? Do you feel better about that now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You did. I had to laugh.
Okay, yay, perfect. All right, good job. Perfect. Yeah, because I was confused too about commenting on other people's. I'm like, it's not working. So I'm glad that we were able to get that sorted out for everybody. Okay, so the last piece that we have to go over, thank you all so much for your patience. We've been on just at 1 hour. If you can give me 10 to 15 more minutes, I am telling you the next piece that we're going to go over, which is going to be the last piece, is going to be well worth the wait. This thing is truly going to push you forth and catapult you into seeing some consistent results if you utilize it on a daily basis. So what I'm going over is I am going over the Millionairess Club Success Journal. So when I went into the app, if you remember, I went to the top right-hand corner, tapped the 3 lines, all the things drop down. When I selected resources, no, I'm sorry, not resources, downloads. When I selected downloads, the very top option was the Millionairess Success Journal. Okay, so that is what I am pulling up for you now. Okay, nope, that's not it. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So this is okay, that's the first page. This is going to be the Daily Success Journal. So you'll be able to download this from the downloads tab. Now, what I would recommend is, as it is, this journal is only 14 pages. So we just created 14 pages of the basics, and it gives you a few pages of each one of the pages. And then because you're printing this, you can print as many copies of the pages that you need more of as you need more pages. But what I would recommend is that you print these out and put these, hole punch these if you can, put them in a 3-ring binder or something like that, so you can have everything in one place. So we specifically created a place for your club chat notes, because as you're on the webinars, you may have aha moments, you may be listening to whoever the speaker is, whether it's Dr. Jewel, somebody on the team, or a special guest, and they may give you something, but you may hear a voice behind the voice of, oh man, this made me think about this. I need to do this, or I need to do that. Okay. And you want to have a place to write those things down. You don't want to have all of your wealth notes scattered across 10 or 12 different journals, right? You want to have everything, if possible, in one place. Okay. So writing your notes here where it says club chat notes, and then on the very next page is going to be where you're going to go into goal setting, is truly going to help to keep all the information together. Okay. All right. So Beverly said, I printed it from the Facebook group. This app is cool. I never went into downloads. Wow. Okay. Yes. So it is available on the Millionaires Club Facebook group under files as well. But we really wanted to make sure, for the most part, you should be able to get everything from the app. So the idea is, when you think of creating wealth, growing wealth, starting a business, saving your money, the next thought should be, let me go to the Millionaires Club app. Let me check that first. Let me look through the resources and see, is there already some type of presentation on this? Is there some type of link that's going to give me access to this asset? If I can't find it here, then I'll go somewhere else. But more than likely, at least a good starting point of what I need, I'm going to be able to find on this app. Okay. All right. So we have club chat notes at the top. Then secondly, we have how I plan to implement what I learned. So action is so important. Not just getting information, but implementation, okay, is going to be even more important. Next thing we have are our goals. So let me ask you, is there anybody on here that knows what it's like to set a goal? Maybe it is New Year's Eve, or it's the beginning of the year. You got your vision board, you've got your goal set, you know what you're going to accomplish for the rest of the year. By December 31st, I'm going to be here. Then March rolls around, July rolls around, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm 6 months in and I'm nowhere near my goal. How in the world did I get so far off the path? Or, wow, I really started out strong, but it's like I just got burnt out or distracted somewhere in the middle. Or here we are, October, it's fourth quarter, and you can't figure out why you hadn't accomplished what you set out to accomplish. So you nearly try to kill yourself the last 3 months of the year to make some progress so that you can feel better about getting closer to your goal, because you are so far away from it in month 10. Is there anybody that has felt like that? I know there have been some years where I personally felt like that. Like, man, what happened? Anybody felt like that? Say something, type it in the chat.
For sure, I have felt like that.
Okay, Beverly says she's never felt like that. Okay, Beverly, well, honey, I am so glad that you are accomplishing every single one of your goals every single year. That is absolutely amazing.
Really.
Hopefully this will help you to even take it to the next level. Okay. Okay. And so let me see. But there are some millionaires on here that says that they have felt like that. So the most common feeling is that they have felt like that in some regard. Okay. A financial goal, a weight loss goal, some type of goal. Man, I set that goal and I didn't reach it. I don't really know why I didn't reach that goal. So the purpose of this daily success journal is to make sure that your actions are lining up with your intentions so that you can reach your goals, and so that you can break down those long-term goals into shorter bite-sized goals that you can focus your attention there. And as you do that, you'll be able to see the big goals come to pass. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down within the next 6 months, I will. Okay. So this is where you're going to put some goals. Then you are going to consider things that would hinder you from accomplishing your goal. Whether it's some type of distraction that would come along, whether it's some type of temptation that would come along, whether it is, I just get bogged down doing certain things that are necessities. I don't really have the time that I thought I was going to have to work on the goal because I end up spending time doing something else. Whatever those things could possibly be to keep you from being distracted, that to keep you from accomplishing the goal, the next thing is you're going to create the solution. So you're going to create the solution for the distraction before the distraction even comes. Before the negative thing even comes, you've thought about it and you've already created a solution for it. Okay. You're going to write down what that solution is. For example, I don't have time because I've got housework, laundry, or cooking. So a goal may be to hire a housekeeper, or even look into how much it costs to hire somebody to come in every 2 weeks. Maybe they do the big things every 2 weeks. It may be a lot less expensive than you thought. You can take that time and focus that time on growing your business or getting closer to your goals. Okay. This places a demand on you to always stay solution oriented. So regardless, whatever the distraction is that comes up, there is a solution to that problem. Okay. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to do fast action. Get started. Don't have analysis paralysis and just overthink everything. The important thing is to just start moving towards accomplishing it. So you're going to put down, I will take these steps within the next 24 hours to get started towards my goal. Okay. All right. So somebody give me a good goal that would be within the next 6 months. I will give me a goal.
I know I wanted to, in the next 6 months, at least do the 10 ounces a month before I reach the end of the year.
Okay. So you want to do 10 ounces a month for the next 6 months to have, am I understanding that correctly? To have 60 ounces within 6 months? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So 10 ounces of silver?
Yes.
Okay. So 10 ounces of silver in the next 6 months to have accumulated at least 60 ounces of silver within. Okay. All right. So fast action steps that you can take within the next 24 hours. First thing you can do is join the Precious Metals Accountability Group if you're not in there. Okay. Because seeing other people accumulate silver is going to keep you excited. Second thing you could do is download the silver link. Get onto the program, the platform where you're going to accumulate silver. You may or may not know how much 1 ounce of silver even is. So if you know how much 1 ounce is, then times 10, then now my goal goes from just accumulating 10 ounces of silver every single month to, with me understanding that an ounce of silver is roughly $25, then I know that's $250 a month that I am using to accumulate silver. If I don't have right now 250 extra disposable dollars that I can push towards silver, then my next goal is going to be, how can I bring in an additional $250 a month? Or how can I find the 250 within my budget that it may be hidden and I don't even realize is there? So do you kind of see how you take the larger goal and then you break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces, and then you start working towards it? So now you feel like, whoo, I'm one step closer. At least I have the link to accumulate the silver. At least I know how much money I actually need to be able to save it. I know where to go to save it. And I am going on the app to the Precious Metals accountability group every single day in order to keep me motivated and inspired. Plus, I may click on that link in my welcome email of ways to start making money and invest right now, or I may go back to the app, to my wealth library and resources, and watch that presentation of ways to make money right now. Or the other group that I may want to be a part of, in addition to precious metals, is cash accumulation. Maybe I want to join that group and see some of the strategies that people have in there that's helping bring more money into their household. So now I have the money to be able to accumulate the silver. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe?
You're making sense.
Okay.
Yes, you're making sense. Thank you.
Okay, good. So you see how thinking through that process and getting it down to, it removes the goal and takes it from being so far out there to bringing it right here, right now, today. Instead of me saying in the next 6 months, then I brought that to, in order for me to do that in the next 6 months, then this is what I'm doing every single month. And how am I going to get that done this month? What can I do today in the next 24 hours to move me closer to getting that accomplished this month? Then now you become focused on, what can I do in the next 24 hours? It removes the overwhelm of thinking about 60 ounces of silver. That may sound like a lot, but now you put it into a bite-sized goal, a bite-sized piece that you can start working toward immediately. Okay. All right. So next is going to be, we're going to take it from 6 months to 3 months. Within the next 3 months, I will. Okay. So if you have a 6-month goal of 60 ounces, you have a 3-month goal of 30 ounces for that particular goal. Okay. Same thing. You're going to consider things that would keep you from accomplishing the goal. Maybe not having the $250 a month because you overspent, you went shopping and bought some stuff you weren't supposed to buy, or I don't know, whatever. Maybe you spent too much money eating out when you really could have chose to eat at home more. Whatever would have kept you from accomplishing the goal. Then you are going to create some confessions specific to your goal. So we talked about doing Dr. Jewel's confessions, but then you're going to have some confessions specifically to your goal. And it may say, I am constantly accumulating hard assets. Okay. I'm continuously accumulating hard assets. I understand the value of having silver, and I have 60 ounces of silver in my safe in my house. And you say that every single day. So as you go throughout your day, making purchases and making decisions, you're thinking about, I have 60 ounces of silver accumulated in my safe in my house. Is this choice pushing me towards that or pushing me away from that? Maybe I really don't need that. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to sit it to the side because I'm going to use that to accumulate more silver. So it's the importance of having confessions. Then we have a 1-month goal, same exact thing. Okay, so these are just sheets that walk you through the process of what I just talked you through in terms of what you're thinking about. All right. In addition to that, we have a page on accountability. This week, I have been accountable by. Okay. All right. So this week, I have been accountable by. This could be checking in with a Millionairess accountability partner. Okay. Somebody that you teamed up with in the group that you said, hey, can you be my accountability partner? Or it may be your accountability group, your chat group, your precious metals chat group. Okay. You were able to go in there and say, I'm on track to purchasing my 10 ounces of silver for the month. I have set aside $125 and I'm halfway there and I'm almost at my 250. I went ahead and set up my autosave and I'm going to have the rest of my money in that account by the last day of this month when it's set up to come out or whatever. I don't know. So you can put that in your accountability. Okay. All right. So then from there, we just have another page that talks specifically about short-term money goals. So these other goals may or may not be financial goals, right? They may or may not be financial goals. They may be weight loss goals. They may be whatever. You know, we're becoming better in every area of our lives. The Millionairess lifestyle is a total life prosperity lifestyle. So it's not just about financial gain, but it is about thriving emotionally, thriving in our families, thriving in our health, right? Having more energy to be able to do all the things that we need to do to make the impact we were created to make. So these goals may not all be financial. Okay. So we have this page that specifically talks about money goals. Maybe it's growing your personal bank account or your business bank account. It's paying off debt. It's saving a certain percentage. Okay. What would hinder you from accomplishing your goal? And then fast action. Okay, so some of these pages you may or may not use, but we wanted to have them available to you so you can have a place of focus. Same thing in the next 3 months, in the next month. Okay, then we have other areas, maybe beauty goals where you can list whatever your beauty regimen is going to be daily. Okay, physical goals. Okay, whatever that regimen is going to be. Hey, I make a commitment to getting in 150 minutes of aerobic exercise every single week. Okay, however I can do that. If I say I'm going to do 5 days a week, then that means I need to do 30 minutes a day. Well, shoot, I can't think of 30 continuous minutes a day that I can do, but I could do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. And do that for 5 days. So it's about coming up with a regimen that works for your lifestyle, that's going to still challenge you, but that you'll be able to consistently keep up so that you can see the results. Okay. Emotional intelligence, because there is no point in us accumulating this wealth, getting these promotions, walking in these doors of opportunity if we have nasty attitudes. If we can't deal with people, we can't work with people, we can't talk to people, we can't handle conflict, we don't really know how to meet people where they are. So maybe there needs to be some emotional intelligence goals. And maybe that emotional intelligence 2.0 book that's found in links, maybe that's a book that you need to purchase. And maybe that's the area that you need to work out. We all have areas where we need to work it out and grow mental well-being. So just making sure that the entire Millionairess is taken care of there. Okay. All right. Then we have a place where you can write down the things that you're grateful for and say, today I am better and stronger, because sometimes there are just those days where it's like, oh my goodness, it seemed like I hit so many walls today. And you just need to stop and sit down and write down, okay, let me think, what could I be grateful for today? Just to shift your mind into a place of positivity that'll continue to propel you forward where you don't want to give up. So we have that available for you. Balance check, how close am I to my goal? And then in the back, we have this financial pie just to give you an idea of what the ideal millionaire's financial pie looks like, okay? So that pie is going to consist of 30% liquid cash of your entire portfolio, everything you have. 30% liquid cash, 20% in the Forex market, 20%, this is based on what Dr. Jewel is saying, okay? 30% liquid cash, 20% in Forex market, 20% in real estate, 10% in cryptocurrency, 10% in precious metals, and 10% in oil wells, okay? You can choose to use this as a guide or not. Now, don't look at this and feel overwhelmed like, oh my gosh, I'm not anywhere near there. You know what? This is just the goal. This is the goal. So right now, you may just need to focus on the pieces of this pie that we have accountability groups for and get your cash flow up and maybe increase in cryptocurrency or maybe in precious metals, and then get that going consistently for a while and then add on something else. Then over time, you can build a portfolio that looks something more like this. But please don't let the things that you see in this group overwhelm you. Be inspired by it and say, okay, one day I'm going to get there, but I'm going to start on my level and I'm going to be consistent on the level where I'm on. And then over time, I'll be able to see that I will absolutely get there. Okay. Then we have an example of a profit and loss statement if you choose to use that for your business. Okay, let me see. So she said, I got, my apologies, I didn't say ever, but not this year. Oh, as it pertains to my money goals, my problem was not paying myself or paying myself less. I appreciate the team, everything coming together. Okay, yes. So, hey, yeah, that's perfectly okay. Wherever you've missed it before, I'm happy that something like this was able to help you to see, you know what, I need to be more accountable to myself because I am making goals, and maybe you didn't know fully why you weren't getting there, but now you see my problem was that I was not paying myself first. I was paying myself last. I let every bill that I had come out of my money, and then by the time I had whatever I had left, I really wasn't able to save enough to meet my monetary goals. So let me start shifting my mind into saying, okay, let me create a system to where I can pay myself first, whatever it's going to be. 10%, tithes or charity, 10%. I'm just going to give you an example of something that has significantly helped me personally. It is just saying 10, 10, 10, 70. This is what I had to do for me, because saving money for me was a really hard thing because I felt like I was obligated to pay all this other stuff and, just do other things with my money instead of paying myself first. So what I had to start doing was to do 10, 10, 10, 70. Okay. All the money that comes into my hands, 10% tithe or charity, 10% savings, 10% investment. Off the top, 10, 10, 10. Then of the 70 that's remaining, I will deal with some of the rest of this stuff. If I have to make an arrangement, then I will. If I have to make arrangements for that, then I will. If I have to work out some type of payment plan for that, then I will. But if I give the bulk of the best that I have to that, then I will never, ever be able to get ahead. How can I figure out how to cut back on some of that after I've paid myself? And so that's something that I personally really had to start doing, and not just saying, oh, I'm going to give myself. No, I had to create something that was evident that I could see. Okay, if $1,000 came in, 100, 100, 100, 700. No thinking about it. Whatever the amount is, it's going to be even across the board. Then the rest is, we're going to figure out the rest with the rest. And I really was able to see some serious momentum, like, whoa, I'm saving more than I've ever saved before, because now I have a system for saving. And because I am showing that I value money, more money started coming to me, like all kinds of from all kinds of streams and all kinds of places. It's like, oh my Lord, I got money coming from everywhere. What was clogging that up before? I didn't truly value it or appreciate it, didn't have a system for it, didn't know where it was going. And so that's just an example from me. But let me see. And I think somebody said, how do I change my password? Do I use the same email and password for the app? Do I have to register an account for the app? Do I change my password? Okay, yes. So if you, let me see, this is Millionairess Mary. Okay, Millionairess Mary, if you go back to the welcome email and also on the slide that I showed a little bit previously, not sure if you saw that or if you're asking about changing your password for the app, then
So I'm asking, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, so I should have been clear about the first question. The first question is changing the password for the site itself, the website. I kept looking to see where I could change that because I had to reset it and it's a crazy password.
Oh, got you. Okay, so
Right.
when you go to millionairesclub.org and you click login, is that where you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yes.
Okay, you click login, then it takes you to the membership works portal, and then you select forgot password.
And it will send me a temporary password.
Right. And then when you log in with that temporary password, does it not prompt you to recreate a permanent, better password?
No, it did not.
It did not. Okay. So then you were stuck with that temporary password that was something that you could not remember.
Right.
Okay. So there should be a way. Okay. And Mary, if you will private message me your email.
Okay.
There should be a way that you can, if it didn't prompt you to do that, there should be a way that you can change your password within your online profile.
Okay.
But I'll make sure to have Christina reach out to you and walk you through what that process looks like. So if you
Okay.
can just send me your email address,
Yes.
then you're going to get an email from Millionairess Club at jeweltanker.com is where the email will come from. That'll be Christina reaching out to you based on tonight's call, and then she'll help you walk through the process of updating your password on the
Okay,
site.
great. Now the other questions are pertaining to the app itself.
They are.
Yes.
Oh, let me see. Because I forgot what the question was.
Okay, so the app, do I need to register in order to use the app because it didn't like my login?
Reality.org. Okay. And were you using the temporary login that you saw in the welcome email, or what were you using to log into the app?
So when I tried to do it tonight, because I couldn't remember the password, I had to choose, I forgot my password. So I tried to use the temporary the temporary password to log in tonight because I was trying to follow with what you were saying because some things I did not see because I was not logged in.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this. The email address that you just sent me, is this the same email that you used to sign up for the club with?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. Club and app. Okay. So what I will do is I will, in my communication with Christina, because she's the one that approves you on the back end to access everything.
Okay.
And so the one issue that you are having may be the cause for all of the issues.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is make sure that she understands this email address belongs to you. And then we'll get the technicalities worked out to make sure that you're put on the safe list so that you can access everything in the club app, and then also that you're able to get the password changed.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So that email will come from millionairesclub@jeweltanker.org. I'm sorry, .com. Okay. All right, ladies. Any other questions we have tonight? I do see that Cynthia said that she went ahead and ordered her safe. Yes, good job. Good job for ordering that safe. It just makes you feel good. Even just, I remember when I first got my safe, and of course there wasn't anything in it yet because I just got the thing, but I just felt like I was moving in a wealth direction because how many billionaires do you know that don't have safes? I mean, when you think about it, how many millionaires do you know that don't have safes in their homes? Can you think of any? Even if it's just one that you've seen on TV, in a movie, right? Whether it's behind the picture, in the library, behind a movable shelf, they have safes in their homes, right? They understand the importance of being able to get your hands on liquid money that you don't have to go through the bank and all of that if something were to happen, or where they seize all your assets at the bank, then you can just go right into your library and access money that you need right then. So congratulations, Cynthia. Norma asked you specifically, which safe did you order? Is there anybody else that has any questions for me? All right, were you all able to get some value? Thank you for sticking and staying through this. Did you get some value from tonight's call?
Yes,
It's
it was
been
very
really
helpful.
wonderful.
Yes.
Sorry.
Now, is there going to be a recording of this as well? Because I missed the very first beginning. For some reason, I thought it was at 9 instead of 8.
Oh, okay. No problem. Yes, ma'am. This was
Good.
recorded as well,
Okay.
and we will get this sent out in email as well. The recording of this, so you don't have to worry about that. You'll have all of the
Okay.
information, and I'm actually still recording too, just in case somebody else listening had some of the same questions that you had. Okay, yes, you all said this is perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, yay, good job. All right, well, congratulations for being a part of the club. Super excited to have you. Definitely want to make sure that you implement the things that you learned tonight so that you can get the results that you desire. When you start to see results, let us know. We want to know. So the reason I was able to share that story about the person that set that $5,000 goal, and I use the example, is because she came back and said, let me tell you what happened. Do you know, in the first month, I'd accumulated $1,500. I've never been able to accumulate that kind of money before, but it's just because I was focused. So when you focus on those 10 ounces of silver every single month, it would not surprise me if you say, do you know that I already have enough money to be 3 months into my goal? It won't surprise me at all, because it's the power of focus and the power of daily activity once you're focused. So be sure that you tell us, you come back, post it in the app, let us know, hey, this is working. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for jumping on, and be looking in your email within the next 72 hours for the replay of this, where you can watch it again if you need to watch it. You will be able to fast forward or rewind to the portion that you missed, so you don't have to listen all the way through the hour and 40 minutes of it again, but you can just kind of flip through to the part that you need the most. And then Miss Mary, be looking out for that email from us. All right, then you all have a great day. We do have a club chat on this Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, it's going to be on cash and credit, and so you want to make sure that you jump on that webinar. Of course, remember, you can access that information from the app, or you will be getting an email from us typically the day before and the day of the webinar with the link that you can just click directly from there to take you to the exclusive webinar link as well. Okay. All right. You all have a great day and a prosperous week. Bye.
Thank you.